What is going on YouTube? PIONEX making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Guys, we've managed to hit a pretty interesting point on most of the cryptocurrencies as well as the S&P 500. I've been reading and studying a lot of different things in regards to the markets right now. A lot of people are thinking this is where like the S&P 500 and stocks should be, that everything above there was total manipulation and inflation and just way too overbought and not where the prices should be at, a neutral playing field and a neutral level. Take away all the stimulus checks and take away everything that's been added into the market to pump, artificially pump our economy. This was all caused by it. And I do strongly believe that. The problem is, does that necessarily mean now we're at a neutral level and now we could experience an undervalued correction in the markets? Or did we pull back down to a neutral level and that's all the markets need to move to? That's my question. That's my curiosity. Is it because now we're at a normal neutral playing field? Does that mean we can drop another 20% to be undervalued? Is that what's necessary? Or are we at a neutral level now and that's all we need to fall and we can start to correct back up? These are questions I'd like to try to answer. We're trying to figure this out. We'll do some technical analysis here. In regards to crypto, which I'll spend most of today talking about, we have to figure out what the heck is going on here. I think the biggest thing that I'm focused on is the way Bitcoin is kind of trading. Obviously, markets are extremely undervalued. We can see on Bitcoin's daily, we were trading at a low of like $28,000 here. And you can see we just now managed to slightly get back from being extremely oversold here. You can see Bitcoin on the weekly relative strength indicator is pretty much darn near oversold as well here. And we're kind of intertwined with a very strong support level. We're trading at about $30,000. This is the major support. Now, I have this slightly higher, acting at about 31K, but $30,000 is a massive, and I mean massive support level for Bitcoin. And if this is broken, it's really going to show us a pretty substantial dump and correction to the downside here. So we have to figure out, is this dump over? What's going on here? To my surprise, we're seeing a lot of, stability right now, which is very peculiar in cryptocurrency. We don't typically see sideways trading like we're seeing right now, where the past couple of days has literally been free floating between $29,000 and like $31,000 for over a week now, almost 2 weeks of this sideways consolidation, which is kind of unnerving. It's unsettling, and it does mean that something big is going to come very quickly for these cryptos. So we'll have to see what happens, and we'll kind of go over those two scenarios here. We also have Ethereum doing very similar things, and XRP also doing very similar things. So we're going to be talking all about this stuff. Otherwise, today's video is brought to us once again by PIONEX. As you guys can see here, PIONEX Exchange is a leading cryptocurrency exchange that actually offers trading bots, which is just something unique and different than other cryptocurrency exchanges out there, which is why I wanted to talk about them. Not only that, they're offering something called their dual investing fund, which is a way to actually earn income, passive income off things that are staked into the dual investing program, and then you can actually earn money if you bet that the markets are going up, or you earn money if you bet that the markets are going down, and you actually get it correct. Otherwise, you'll lose like the market value of the funds here. So more information, because it's a little confusing, will be at the end of today's video in regards to their dual investing program. But otherwise, definitely make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, first and foremost, diving into today's video, also definitely make sure to check out my new finance channel down in the description below. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I am going to be doing a giveaway, so super cool. Make sure to do that. But otherwise, today's video, you can see everything today is starting to correct upwards. Very, very, very minuscule, very slightly, up 3% at most here, trading at around 1.29 trillion in global crypto market caps here. But with everything kind of floating the way it is, you can see for the most part, things are kind of just stagnant. We do have bottoms, we do have tops, but for the most part, we're kind of just like, staying the same path here, taking the ripples and the rhythms here, but just trading sideways for the most part here. And this is a little unsettling to me. Typically, when we see this sideways consolidation, it usually leads to big swings in market volume here. As you guys can see, we had major volume before, and we've pretty much slowly been dying off, and the volume that's cooled down. You can see the lowest point we've seen actually in regards to the dips in the price is about $28,000, $28,600, $28,500. That seems to be bottom support where we have major wicks in the past here that show us this is the lowest point we typically go to. Like even back here, back in May, June, July of 2021, prices have fallen, stumbled, and you can see, look at how much consolidation actually happened here. And this is something that's quite interesting to me, is the things that we're experiencing now with this bottom support is not something that's new. We've seen this in the past here. Look at when we first originally tested this on May, end of May, mid-May, it took us 63 days, 2 months of consolidation on here. This was and I'll tell you, this is a very boring 2 months when prices are intertwined between $39K and $31K, an $8,000 move every single day, free floating for 2 months. It gets extremely boring trying to chart this, because I can just keep saying, well, today we're trading at 31. Today we're trading at 38. Today we're at 31. Today we're at 35. It's so boring. There's no movement here. Regardless, what this has allowed us to do is it's set up 2 months of support here, major support here. And after 2 months, we finally swung up. Also notice when we first hit here, we're oversold. And the last time here, we were oversold. But it shows 2 months of this consolidation on the support. Flash forward to what we're experiencing now. We're just kind of trading below it, which is interesting. But this is still a major support level here. But we're also starting to see consolidation, which is interesting. So I don't know for sure how long this is going to last. Nobody knows for sure how long this is going to last. It's going to consolidate. We can consolidate all the way till we hit this resistance here, and then we can dump downwards, or we could break through it and swing up to 35K. You know, it's very possible to see both of those things happen here, but it's very difficult right now because markets are so undervalued. Markets have been continuously, or the bears have been continuously trying to swing and dampen the price of cryptocurrencies, and it hasn't had much luck. We've seen the major sell-off already. I mean, you guys have to consider, how much lower are we really hypothetically going to see cryptocurrency dump to? We've already seen a major sell-off, a major dump. We've seen total a 63% dump on Bitcoin. It is very possible we can go down to 80%, 90%. It's very possible. Is it likely? Probably not as much, but I do think it is likely we could pull 70, 80%, because historically Bitcoin does typically have, corrections of, 80, 70, 60% every 3 or 4 years. And here we are again from the previous all-time high. So I do expect to see this correction happen. I don't expect to see a bull market anytime soon, especially with the economy the way it is. But I do think we're going to see more consolidation. I do think we are going to retest a low again, and then we'll consolidate and eventually head back up. Very likely here. But I think for right now, short term, I mean, we're looking at things very short term, not in the grand scheme of things here. I think these are great buying opportunities at 30K. There's a chance we'll head back down to 25K or 20K here in the future, and that would pretty much be the bottom. So in 2 or 3 years from now, 4 years from now, it doesn't matter if you bought it in at 20K or 30K, it really isn't going to make much of a difference here. But I just want you guys to understand that this is, I think, a temporary consolidation. However, with the consolidation that's happening right now, the fact that it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days now. We're going on almost 2 weeks of sideways movement. Indicates something big is coming here. Ideally, we have two options. Either we're going to be breaking through this major resistance up here at 31K, and we're going to see a small reversal up to 35K here, which would be great. I'd be shocked if we headed higher, but ideally, this is the target, and then we'll probably stumble down lower, or we're going to consolidate here and then stumble down lower. I'm not entirely sure. I still think we have bear market mindset still here. I think we've been in a bear market. I think we've entered one, obviously, already. We've even entered what could be considered a crash or a major dump, obviously, within crypto and Bitcoin here. But I think we need more consolidation. I think the markets are kind of teeter-tottering on the way the S&P 500 kind of plays out here. We still have some time left. You can see we're in a descending fractal here. We kind of hit a bottom again. This is forming what could be a double bottom scenario here. You can see we have the first leg, and now forming the second leg potentially of a double bottom W, which could hopefully break through this major resistance and see a swing. That's what I'm ideally waiting for and hoping for. Markets, I think, are finally fairly valued here, and hopefully we can stay the course, consolidate, let these markets cool off, and then hopefully head higher. But I don't know. People are still speculating more of a dump. more of a dump. Who knows how much lower we'll go, but we have to just play it by the ear. Everybody right now is very confused and fearful and uncertain. All I know is stay the course. We will make profits in the next couple of months here. I think we'll end the year much better than we did today, but we'll see how this goes. Same thing with, XRP here. XRP isn't looking too good, but you just have to consider we're undervalued. The last time, XRP was really at 30 on the RSI was maybe back in 2020, was during the pandemic. And if not, the last time before that was maybe, who knows, since it was added to freaking PIONEX here. But it's been a very long time of extreme undervalue. We sold off very quickly. That's what you guys have to understand. Like, consider the correction of, 2018. Right here, back 2017, 2018. Let me just show you guys how long it took us to consolidate here. From the major top, I mean, it happened quick. We dumped in what could be less than a year here. We dumped very quickly, but we continued out. It's very possible we continued out. It took a while, but in regards to what's happening now, we did also dump very quickly. That's, who's to say that, in about a year. So we're at the same, interesting, similar area here. And I think we're going to see a little bit more consolidation now. We broke out of a major descending triangle. I think what's left now is just more consolidation. I think we're left with this consolidation, but we're oversold. Last time we were oversold here, look what came after. I don't know. This was a lot of, injection-fueled markets here. But typically when we're oversold, it marks good times to buy in. Let's see how the monthly is. The monthly is trading at, it's okay, trading at about 44 on the relative strength indicator. We're not doing too bad. So I don't know. Whether or not you want to buy in is totally up to you. But I do think if we're not at the low now, we'll be at the low very soon. In the next month, maybe 2 months here. That's my opinion. S&P 500, very similar. On the weekly charts here, we're oversold. I think we're now finally officially caught up here. This is what I mean by that. And this is what I'm talking about in regards to, is it worth buying in? I, again, think very much so, yes. But this is, and I'll end with today's video on this topic here. We've been trading inside this beautiful ascending triangle here, or ascending fractal, since I'd say 2008, since the recession or the depression of 2008. Since then, we've had like 20 years, or no, sorry, like 12, 13, 14 years of this beautiful uptrend. 12 years of just great pump runs to the upside here. I'd say more close to 14 years of just beautiful runs. No, we ended it in 2020 here. So 12 years would be exact, 12 years. But even then, we stayed the course and we trended inside our beautiful uptrend here. We traded inside this beautiful ascending fractal. Where things got a little wonky, and I bought in a lot of my Roth IRA here. Unfortunately, I bought in a lot of other shit on this way up. Excuse the French here, which is unfortunate because now we're lower. I would love to have bought in at this low here, and I have, but I haven't put everything in. This seems to be everything that's not, that was caused by inflation. I think when we saw the major rejection off here, it was screaming, hey, we've hit the top. Time to cool off the markets. But it seems like not everybody agreed, and we continue to overinflate these markets, and that's why we see this major uncertainty here. But finally, we've managed to cool off. 2 years later, here we are finally back at target levels. The problem now consists is typically when we hit this target major resistance up top here, we usually have major sell-offs, which you can see is corrections to the downside here. Here we are moving forward 2 years from now. We hit the top, the major resistance, but guess what? We're oversold, extremely oversold, which is quite interesting. So does that mean we're going to go into extreme undervalued markets here and correct downwards? Another drop here would be insane. It would really destroy the economy. This would be a total of a 40% drop. Isn't that terrible considering the pandemic was about 33% drop. It'd be even worse here, but it is still likely here. But who knows? We could fall. We could continue to fall inside trend in here, which I think is, it looks good, but I think it's unlikely because of how undervalued we are. Over the past 2 years, we've managed to move the weekly moving averages up. Here we are intertwined with this. So I'm hoping this maybe is the lowest point we move to. Maybe we'll see a quick dip below it like we've seen before, but that's it. Maybe we'll pull down to 3,600 points and then see a swing up. That's what I'm hoping to see happen, and that would pretty much map out a total of a 24% loss or drop. We'd be in a bear market, not necessarily in a crash. A crash would be if we fell and broke through this support at like 3,300 points. If you break through 3,300, we're going to crash, but I don't think that's likely here. But I'm hoping that this is the bottom. We hit 36, and then hopefully we'll recover. Understand the last times we had, I mean, typically when we have extreme undervalued positions like this, we recover pretty quickly. We have a lot of upside very quickly afterwards. Even 08 had a major recovery afterwards. So I think this is the time to be buying. That's my opinion. I'd say start now, dollar cost average for the next couple of months. That's what I'm doing, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, guys, I do want to talk more about PIONEX with you, though. I want to give a huge shout out to PIONEX for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So, guys, PIONEX is a cryptocurrency exchange with free integrated trading bots, and no prior experience in automated or crypto trading is required. Simply activate their bots tool and get started. Now, PIONEX launched in 2019. And it has been one of the fastest growing platforms in Asia with over $30 million in trading volume per day. And today the exchange has over 100,000 users serviced by a team of 100 plus experts, plus the founder and CEO. Now the company holds a USA Money Services business license with a Monetary Authority of Singapore license pending, and liquidity engines are aggregated from both Binance and Huobi Global, ensuring that the bots can match orders and run 24/7. Now PIONEX is also backed by BitUniverse and has been invested in by the prominent Chinese venture capital firms Zen Fund and Go Wrong Capital. Now, so here's where things are getting interesting. PIONEX is offering a way for people to receive passive income with their XRP from a dual investment at around 148% APR. Now, not only that, PIONEX is offering a trial fund, which is a time-limited activity, and those who haven't created their own order in the structured products can use 1,288 USDT to create their own order, and it's for a limited time before it gets recalled. Now, also, dual investments lets you deposit a cryptocurrency and earn an enhanced yield based on two assets. It's a quite complicated process, but I'll try to break it down easier for you. Now, you can basically decide whether you want to sell your cryptocurrency for a higher price or buy it at a lower price in the future by trying to predict the direction of the market. And regardless of your position, you'll earn an enhanced yield. So it's kind of a win-win. But the currency you will get back is dependent on the outcome of your investment at the settlement date. So if you choose to sell higher, and if the market price on the settlement date reaches your target price, your investment will be sold for the alternate currency at the target price. However, if the market price doesn't reach the target price, you'll still earn a yield on your deposited cryptocurrency, but obviously the market price is lower, so you do lose that value. So what that means is if you choose to buy lower, and if the market price doesn't meet your target price on the settlement date, you'll only get back your deposited crypto plus the yield for staking it in their website. Now, if the market price actually reaches your target, your investment then is converted for the alternate currency at that target price along with the interest from staking it in the website. Now, the risk to this is if the price exceeds the strike price when the product is settled, you'll get USDT back, not the coin you invested, and settle at the strike price, which means your coin will be sold at the strike price with the yield. Now, in other words, if you don't think that XRP will break 65 cents, aka the strike price, after 7 days, then you can purchase an XRP dual investment. Now, it'll get you a 45% APR during the 7-day period, and there will be two different results according to the settlement price after 7 days. If the price is above 65 cents, your XRP will be settled at 65 cents with a 45% yield. And if the price is below 65 cents, you still get your XRP back at the lower price with the 45% yield. So you earn interest regardless of whether you win or lose, similar to staking, but just like staking, even though you earn interest for the time that your coins were locked, if the coins are unlocked and are at a lower price than what you staked them at, you will lose the principal loss due to the market movement, just like dual investing. So if you guys want to check out PIONEX's dual investing, make sure to check out the links down in the description of today's episode. Otherwise, huge shout out to PIONEX for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.